Today we're going to continue our work with solutions of linear equations. So we're going to start right here. Lots of things to be done. We're going to start by distributing this -5 and this -1 to each of the terms inside the parentheses, leaving me with 17 minus 10x plus 45 equals 6x minus 10 plus 4. Then I'm going to combine like terms. So 17 plus 45 is 61. So I have -10x plus 61 equals 6x minus 6. Then I'm going to add 10x to each side of the equation. This will allow me to have a positive coefficient of x, which is not necessary, but not bad either. I'm going to add 6 to each side. See that I've made a mistake early on. That should have been 62 when I added those together. So that leaves me with 68 equals 16x. Now I'm going to divide each side by 16, and x is equal to 68 divided by 16. Pretty sure that's 4 with 4 left over out of 16. Actually, I know it is 4 with 4 left over out of 16, which is 4 1/4. So in this situation, x is equal to 4 1/4. Moving on to the next problem. Again, we have some distributing to do. So the opposite of x plus 7 plus 5/3 equals 2x plus 18. I'm going to combine like terms to start with. So -x plus 7 5/3 equals 2x plus 18. Now 5/3 is actually 1 2/3. So add 1 here, and then that's 2/3. Okay. I think the next thing I want to do for this one, I'm going to go ahead and subtract 8 2/3 from each side of the equation, leaving me with the opposite of x equals 2x plus 9 1/3. Then I can subtract 2x from each side of the equation, leaving me with -3x equals 9 1/3. Divide each side by -3, and x is equal to -3 1/9. And the way that I got the -3 1/9, I did 9 1/3 divided by -3. 9 times 3 is 27, plus 1 is 28, divided by -3/1, which I would then rewrite as 28/3 times 1/3, and that's negative, equals -28/9, which simplifies to -3 with 1 left over out of 9. Okay. Next question. Okay. So again, we've got some things we can distribute. So let's start there. Distribute this 4 to each of those. and this -1 to each of those. It's a little crooked, but that's okay. 4/9 plus 4x minus 4 equals 28/9 minus plus 7x plus 1. And we're going to combine like terms. So this is going to give me -3 and 5/9 plus 4x equals, okay, I'm going to go ahead and simplify this as 28/9 is equal to 3 with 1 left over out of 9. So then 3 1/9 plus 1 is 4 1/9. This is just kind of my side work. Okay, so 4 1/9 plus -x and 7x makes positive 6x. Okay, now I'm going to move my variables to the same side. I think I'll just subtract 6x from each side this time. And I get -3 and 5/9 minus 2x equals 4 1/9. So to move the constants, I'm going to add 3 and 5/9 to each side, which is going to give me -2x equals 7 and 6/9. And then I can divide by -2, which is going to give me, let's see, do a little work over here to the side again. 7 and 6/9 divided by -2. 63 plus 6 is 69/9 divided by -2/1, which would be 69/9 times -1/2. So -69/18. And then I can simplify that. I think I'll use my calculator to help with that. So I'll do 69. Yeah. Divided by 18. And that's 3. So then 3 times 18 is 54. Okay. So that's -3. 69 minus 54 is 15. So with 15 out of 18, okay, because there was 15 left, so that would be -3. I'm going to simplify. I'm dividing each of these by 3, 5/6, and that is my final answer. Now you can always reach out to your teacher if you need some help with this simplifying or fraction work. We're happy to help you. Now, moving on to the next question. Again, I've got things to distribute. So I get 15x plus 20 minus 2x equals 7x plus 6x minus 33. Now I'm going to combine like terms. 15x minus 2x. 15 minus 2 is 13x. Bring down the plus 20 equals, more like terms to combine, 13x minus 33. Now I need to move all the variables to the same side. So I'll just subtract 13x from each side. And those both are eliminated, leaving me with 20 is -33. Oh, but that's not true. None of those are true. So this is never true. And another way that we identify this is by saying there is no solution. No solution. So we've been working with these that we called never true, and no solution is how we're going to identify those at this point. We were just working up to this idea of no solution. I believe we've got a couple more to work out. Maybe just one more and then some discussion. So, looks like we have, again, things to distribute as our first step. So let's start there. I'll be distributing this -1. And here I'll be distributing 1/2. So I have 7x minus 3x. -1 times 5 is -5. And minus 8 equals half of 8 is 4x. Half of 20 is 10. Just bringing the rest of this down. And combine my like terms. 7x minus 3x is 4x. -5 and -8 is -13. 4x minus 7x is -3x. Plus 10 plus 5 is plus 15. Now I'm going to move all my variables to the same side. 7x minus 13 is 15. Move all my constants to the other side. 7x is 28. Divide by 7. Scoot over here. X is 4. That was a lot nicer answer than we've been getting. Now, we're going to write 3 equations that have no solution. So if you think about how you end up with no solution, it's things like 20 is equal to -33, which is a lie, so that can never be true. So how do we make that happen? Well, what we need to be true, these are the two sides of the equation. They need to have the same x value and a different constant value. So it could be like 3x plus 1 equals 3x minus 1. Because when I remove the 3x, I get 1 equals -1, which is never true. It could also be something like x minus 2 equals x plus 20. Okay, we have our qualifications are true here. We have the same x value, different constant values. So neither of these are true, and it said to write at least 3. So I would challenge you to get a little creative with the last one. Maybe I'm going to say 2x plus x, and then over here I'll just call it 3x. And then I'll say plus 1 and minus 100. Throw some fractions or decimals in there. But remember, to make it not true, these two things would be there. And that's when we have no solution. No solution in this situation.